Alright, round one. I'm going to play first. Yeah, we'll keep this. Obviously a land-heavy hand, but we start with our 1-drop, and then we can get our black mana and deck thin a little bit on turn 2. We can just crack it now for F6 value here. Recover, not bad. Not bad at all. Certainly better than another land. No play, no land. Well, that's good. So, I think we actually recover this. Replay it. And pass. Because I know it's a better target on the Sanctum Seeker, but I think it actually makes... I mean, we need our second black anyway, so... So we have 5 towards Ascend right now. Alright, let's do our best to punish while we can here. So we're going to play another Aspirant in case they remove our other one in response to playing the Glorifier. That way we still have a target. I guess not. They'll just target the one that... I guess it doesn't really matter. Because they can just kill it in response anyway, but that's alright. So, we're close to Ascend, actually. We're at 8. We're like a swamp away from some severe nastiness here. Alright. Definitely okay with that, since I think ultimately this guy's going to be better than this guy anyway. Alright, Martyr of Dusk, so... yeah, let's just take care of this guy. And get in there. So we're 1 away from Ascend now. It's a lot of mutinies. Right. So we got to see our rare, but we got the victory. I think it was totally worth it. And we would have gotten a Sin there too, which is huge, so no problemo. Alright, so we're playing against likely heavy removal, black-red pirates. They ended up discarding a pirate, so I think that's a fairly safe assumption. So, I mean, in terms of sideboard cards, we actually do have a reasonable amount. We've got these Legion's Judgments for fatties that we can't deal with. We have Cleansing Ray to deal with other vampires or enchantments. And then we have Duress to deal with like planeswalkers and stuff. So that's basically the only cards I could really see sideboarding into, which is fine. But none of those seem... well, I mean, Duress actually is reasonable, but I don't think we really care about removal because we're not playing any auras that we're not really playing any auras in this deck. I mean, we are playing creatures that I don't want to die, but we have Recover, so I think we're alright. Let's just run it back. So this is probably too greedy to keep. Even on the draw, I think we're going to have to mull that. This one, on the other hand, very good. And we'll keep that on top because we can curve out quite nicely here. Go Skyblade into Lieutenant or Bloodletter. Likely Skyblade into Bloodletter into Lieutenant. I think that makes the most sense. And what's nice about that is at that point we'll be able to keep up Moment of Triumph too. So we can maybe protect our guy from removal, which is nice. Alright. Because we're going to have to deal with a little bit of mutiny. And I assume they're definitely going to want to kill our lieutenant, so protecting it with Moment of Triumph and gaining life seems very good. They definitely should have attacked first. Alright, so we're going to smash back. I can actually play Martyr here to block the Raptor. I may do that. It's such a good trade for us, I don't see why not. Like, they have trample so they can get their thing, but it's a good trade for us. We get a lifelinker. Yep. It's a pretty easy trade. They do get the Prying Blade because this thing has built-in trample, but it's alright with me. So I can't actually Moment of Triumph in response because that thing has first strike now. This is still fine, by the way. Like, they get their thing, but they trade a sure strike for a little bit of damage, but we get a lifelinker. I don't know. I think it's actually really worth it, to be honest. Bishop of Binding's a fine pickup here, but I think that we're just going to go... we just go... I could go Lieutenant now, but I think I'm actually just going to go Bloodletter. Set up for Lieutenant next turn. Gain some life back. If they play a huge fatty, we can just Bishop of Binding it at some point. I'd like to be able to protect my bishop if possible, but we'll see if that happens. I think we're just going to take this. We'll still have the Lieutenant with the Moment of Triumph up to protect against mutiny. Maybe even protect against, like, Vanquish the Soul or whatever the other one is called, Reaver Ambush. It's kind of cool they get foil treasures because this is foil. Sure. Okay. Sounds good to me. So now we'll play Lieutenant for the pumps. We'll get in there. Cannot protect against Bombard, by the way. But that's alright. That's surprising, actually, but okay. I would think they would want to block there with their Trailblazer. Really no reason not to. I wouldn't have even used Moment of Triumph. I would have just let that trade, because I'm trying to save this for Mutiny. Because I think there's a pretty good chance they have Mutiny. Well, if you're not going to block, you should definitely attack. So we'll take our medicine here. Sure. Still very, very beatable. In fact, yeah. So I can just Bishop of Bind that down, too. Which is pretty nasty. Can I kill them? 3, 5. I'm pretty close, but they can block my 2 ground guys, so I guess not. So we probably just Bishop the Atali and swing with flyers, I guess. And then they can't even... Well, it doesn't matter if they can replay Atali or not. All they have to do is kill the bishop, but that's alright. So now we'll get in with everything but the Legion Lieutenant. Because I want to keep my guys buffed. They should have... There's really no reason they shouldn't have blocked there. It's not a good idea. So at this point, it doesn't matter if they kill Bishop and get their guy back. They can't attack with it. I mean, what do they want to mutiny more is the real question, too. I need to know how this is... Okay, targeting Bishop of Binding and Legion. So their first target is the one that deals the damage. They are killing my Lieutenant. That's good to know. You have to read the text box to know how they target it out. Sure. So, after a pretty good couple plays, they still look like they're going to die. Alright. Well, got there. Round 1. Opponent made some questionable decisions, though they did have a good sideboard against us with the dual shot. Alright. We'll see you in round 2.